most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. We are here with the Salt Flat IROC series here for race number 3 on the season. It is right here in Southern California. It is the Auto Club Speedway. Tonight's race is brought to us by the Nickles Performance Racing Engines. We thank Nickles Performance for all they do. If you need any motors built for any of your race car needs out there, head on over to Nickles Performance. They can get you pointed in the right direction. They got numerous wins across the belts of all sorts of divisions, from dirt track super late model cars to, well, even asphalt modifieds. But tonight it's all about the 25 drivers that have come here to the Southern California Speedway here in Auto Club for the Salt Flat IROC season race number 3. Right now, Danny Valenzuela is on top of your charts here in practice. Let's take a quick drop down, show you that running order of all your favorite drivers, find out where they are here on your timing and scoring in practice. It is Valenzuela out front, and then one of the rookies, Dustin Shepard, has the second quickest time here in qualifying. Lynn McNeese, then it's Jeff Bergner and Brennan Keselinski rounding out the top 5 here in practice. That's your practice times here, but while we're still here in practice, let's take a quick gander here at your point standings for your Salt Flat IROC series. This is how it's shooken up here after the first 2 events. Colton Farrow leads your point standings here, 71 points in the book for him. Randy Johnson right there for the Nickles Performance Race Team. He is second in your points, only 14 points back. And I have a feeling we're going to have to watch out for the number 12 of Randy Johnson here tonight. He's put a lot of testing in with his Nickles Performance teammates. And, well, he's going to look to close the gap on Colton Farrow. Hunter Reynolds is right there in the 3rd spot. And the first rookie, he is the first rookie on the standings. Dustin Shepard is sitting there 4th. Craig Schwartz, your all-times win leader here with the Salt Flat IROC series, is 5th in your points. Jason Griffith or Jason Dobbs is sitting there in the 6th spot. Darryl Clauter is 7th, Patrick Smith is 8th, and Cody Levitt is 9th. Rounding out the top 10, and unfortunately he's going to drop like a rock through the standings tonight, is Greg O'Berry, because Greg is, I want to say unfortunately, sitting in Florida with the Liberty football team, attending the bowl that they have been awarded. But, well, it is kind of fortunate for him. He's got to stay warm. Hunter Conley is sitting in the 11th spot, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the driver of that 83 car has a sit-out penalty this week, so he will fall through the fields. Ira Cole Haas is sitting there 12th. David Gainforth is 13th. Orlando Rivera is sitting there in the 14th spot. 15th is Brandon Keselinski. Michael Whitaker is 16th. Cole Day 17th. Lynn McNeese 18th. Josiah Millen in 19th, tied with little Jeff Pogo. That's how your top 20 in your point standings shake up here coming into race number 3 here on Auto Club. And we're just about ready to hit to qualifying. Before we head to qualifying, we got to give a shout out, though. We did hear that one of our drivers who were not here tonight in the lobby was involved in a little bit of a fender bender out in California on his way actually to the racetrack here. So, Timmy Valenzuela, we are thinking about you, and we hope your car is actually all right. We know it's a foreign car, but we do hope it's still all right. So, while we have just a minute here left in our practice session, we're going to step away real quick. We're going to get the national anthem played, and we'll be right back here to the Southern California Auto Club Speedway.
Oh, say, can you see? So proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming
Welcome back, race fans, here to the Auto Club Speedway for the Salt Flat IROC Series, race number 3 tonight, brought to us by Nickles Performance Race Engines. And well, qualifying is underway, and one of the first drivers to hit to the track here tonight is going to be the 79. Driver of the 79, Patrick Smith. It is his second year with the Salt Flat IROC Series. Comes off the turn 4, tried to get everything he could get right there, and you saw him possibly make a little bit of contact with the outside wall. So let's see if he's going to continue on his way. Looks like he's a little slower here, but he is going to take the green flag, so it might put him towards the back of the field here. Michael Whitaker out of New Jersey in the 707 machine. Michael, this is his 4th season with the Salt Flat Racing Series, 3rd season in the Salt Flat IROC Series. As he'll come off turn number 4, he will head to the green flag here and put himself on the clock for the first time. Now as Michael Whitaker takes to the clock, looks like just about every driver is actually already out here on track. The man from Utah, it looks like the 21 of Jeff Bergner, asphalt sprint car driver here of Jeff Bergner, trying to see if he can lock himself into a good qualifying spot. This would be Jeff Bergner's first time to lap. And now let's see where he's going to come across the time scoring line. Do a kind of lap he lays down. It looks like a 52.6 on lap number 1. And well, with nobody else being out there on track just yet, he locks himself. Well, as I say that, a couple other drivers, Rookie of the Year candidate IROC in the 29 comes across the board for the ABV team, and he goes now P number 2. Coast to almost coach driver, the 26 of Daryl Clauter, now takes the top spot. 8 drivers have put in qualifying times, and it looks like the slowest one right now would be the 79 of Patrick Smith. When we saw Patrick Smith have a little bit of issues there coming out of turn 4 on his first lap. David Gainforth, man north of the border, he is now P number 2 in the 101. He goes second fastest with a 51.445, and look for those times to start dropping down as qualifying continues. Second lap should be a little bit quicker for these drivers. Jeff Bergner comes by, and he's now going to slot himself back up to P1 with a 50.749. That is his second lap, and he definitely goes quicker. Colehouse going to go quicker, but it's going to be not good enough as he comes down here into turn 1. He says, oh boy. Right now Colehouse bumped to 3rd because Josh Taylor of the Midnight Runners is going to go 1 and 2 with his teammate of Jeff Bergner. Randy Johnson is out here in the Nickles Performance Race Team. Highlighter yellow. He's going to go 7th on the board on his second lap with a 50.938 second lap. A pretty quick lap out there. Hunter Reynolds slots himself into 4th now with a 50.794. Jason Dobbs coming across the line here. This will be his second lap. Counted on the timing and scoring here for the driver out of Tennessee. He goes 10th quickest, 50.929. Cole Day in the 37, part-time driver this year. Used to be part of the Deeper Darker Dew team when they won their first team championship. This year, no longer with that team. He was replaced with the driver of the 24 of Jeff Pogo, as Cole Day is going to go to 5th quickest on the board. Craig Schwartz, the all-time winningest driver for the Salt Flat IROC Series in this 02, comes across the timing and scoring. First lap not going to count for the 02 of Craig Schwartz. He'll have to give her heck here on lap number 2. Dustin Shepard does slot himself in between the Midnight Runner group at the top of this timing and scoring, so it'll be Bergner 1, Shepard 2, Taylor in the 3rd spot. Colehouse is 4th with Cole Day sitting right now P number 5 on the board, and right now we're just waiting on, looks like Craig Schwartz to put in his time lap because the 04 of Danny Valenzuela and the 38 of Cody Levitt, both drivers getting EOL penalties here to start at Auto Club, so they will have to start shotgun to the field here tonight. They're going to have a lot of ground to make up, but looks like Craig not going to get a lap in here, as that will be all for these drivers here at Auto Club for the qualifying session. As these drivers all start to take to the grid here tonight, we do got to thank everybody for tuning in here on your Turn 3 Racing Network. It is Wednesday night. That does mean it is the Salt Flat IROC Series. They are going to go at it here for 55 laps here in your Nickles Performance race tonight. As everybody starts to take to the grid, let's take you for the walk down the grid here. This is how they're going to line up tonight. Your starting lineup brought to us by Bromley Designs, the designer of the IROC paint schemes that you see here tonight. Starting on the front row will be the 21 of Jeff Bergner, and right alongside him, it will be one of the Rookie of the Year candidates, Dustin Shepard. Starting in row number 2, it'll be Josh Taylor, and well, look at Ira Kohlhaas, best starting spot here of the season with the IROC series. Starting on row number 3, it'll be Cole Day and Hunter Reynolds. Row number 4 here tonight, the man out of Pennsylvania, to be the number 40 of Josiah Millen, and the Puerto Rico native of Orlando Rivera. 5th row, going to be the man north of the border, look at that. It'll be David Gainforth. Darrell Clauder in the 26 out of Florida, going to start right there on row 5. Row 6, going to go to the 62 of Colton Farrow and Jason Trashman Dobbs. Row 7, it'll be Randy, the UPS driver Johnson, and Lynn McNeese on row number 7. Row 8 here tonight, it'll be Donald Bennett and Todd Poston. Row number 9 it'll be Matt Grobelny. Good to see Matt back behind the wheel here in the 4-car this weekend. And little Jeff Pogo going to start also right there on row number 9. Row 10 to go to the number 10 of Brandon Keselowski and the 88 of Jamie Leach. Row 11 will be Patrick Smith and the 707 of Michael Whitaker. Row number 12 will be Craig Schwartz and then Cody Levitt. Starting shotgun to the field, it'll be the 04 of Danny Valenzuela. That's how they're going to line up here tonight. 55 laps going to be what we're looking, or the scheduled distance. We do have overtime if we need it here tonight for these guys. Hopefully we won't need to take it to overtime, though. We have had to take it to overtime just one time so far this season. Overtime, not something these guys like to put in. I mean, just like, well, you and me, overtime's not something that we look forward to all the time unless we really need it. But these guys out here tonight for the IROC series, they're going to put in the straight time and see what they can do. Two winners so far on the season are Colton Farrow, as he won the season opener back at Michigan, and then Craig Schwartz with a last lap, well, not a last lap pass, but a last restart pass over Randy Johnson at Gateway. Who's going to be the 3rd winner of the season? We're about to find out right here. We're about to get ready to go green flag racing. 55 laps going to be here on the board. It'll be Jeff Bergner, Dustin Shepard, Josh Taylor, and Ira Kohlhaas, your first 2 rows here. 25 drivers going to take the green flag and waiting on the green flag to fly, and we will get this show on the road, and there it is. Green flag is waving, and we are racing for the first time here in Southern California at Auto Club for your Nickles performance. Looks like a pretty good start watching this front group here right away, and it looks like Shepard going to slot right in between the 2 Midnight drivers. And oh, Jeff Berger with a huge wiggle down there on the bottom of turn 1. Got a little bit of piece of that apron, and it shot the 21 right up the track. Now Shepard going to try and follow the 21 on turn number 2. As Shepard follows the 21 of Jeff Bergner down the backstretch, they are single file for your first 2 spots, and then you double stack them for as far as you can see. Then it'll be the 01 of Taylor, and it looks like that is going to be the 29 of Ira Kohlhaas to the outside. Kohlhaas is going to lose a little bit of ground, though. He slides up the track all the way up against the wall, trying to carry as much speed as he can off the corner. He will lose a spot, though, coming across the line to lead lap number 1 here tonight. It'll be the driver of the 21. Jeff Bergner going to lead the first lap here tonight. Be interesting to see how many more laps he can hold on for. I do know you're going to have to make at least 1 pit stop, I believe. If you sit there in the draft, you might be able to make it on that 1 stop that we said, but it's going to be interesting to see. Kohlhaas up the track again out of turn number 2. It looks like he's having a little bit of handling issues on this brand new tire model that iRacing has presented us here tonight with. It was a brand new tire model that was released a couple weeks ago, and now it's been drastically changed, quote unquote. It's the first time these drivers have been out here on this tire model since it's been changed, and a lot of single-file racing has gone on. It looks like the 37 of Cole Day there. You saw the black car 5th in line. Now he ducks down to the inside. That will leave Orlando Rivera, the first car, to the outside, running in P number 7. Across the line to finish lap number 2 here tonight. That will be Jeff Bergner leading another one. Orlando Rivera still trying to work to the outside here on that 101 car of Gainforth, and Gainforth going to give a little bit of a gap there, and well, there you saw the 08. He slots in there. Now you got to go back here to about the, what is that, about 17th, I believe, on the timing and scoring until you can find Daryl Clauter in the 26. He's trying to pull the outside lane. He has the driver of the 84 of Lynn McNeese behind him. And it looks like your outside pole setter of Ira Kohlhaas still backing up through the field. Right now, Kohlhaas is shown outside the top 10 just like that within 3 laps. Kohlhaas goes from being inside the top 4 drivers to outside the top 10 here. All 3 laps so far have been led by the 21 of Jeff Bergner. Here comes the 101 now of Gainforth. He was looking to the outside on the 08 of Rivera. Will he be able to get the momentum? Looks like Colton Farrow is going to stick to the bottom groove. They're going to go 3 wide back here. It's Dobbs, Kohlhaas, and Bennett. They were 3 wide out of 2. Now they settle it out. Now they're going to go 2 wide. Kohlhaas to the outside of the 31 of Bennett. Gainforth jumped to the outside there in that 101, the red machine to the outside. And, well, it looks like the outside lane just not coming in just yet. Everybody is down right around the bottom groove. As they work out a full once again, Bergner will once again lead us back down to the stripe. Everybody minding their P's and Q's. There's also a battle back here. Kohlhaas is trying to stay inside the top 15 now, as he is 14th, as now Mac Robelny makes his way around him in turn number 1. Cole Day going to go to the outside here. He's going to try and get around the number 14 of Hunter Reynolds. It looks like Millen is going to go along with him to the outside, so it's going to be 2-car tango to the outside, trying to bring the outside lane to the front. We haven't been able to see the outside lane work just yet, as Jeff Bergner leaves a little bit of room down to the bottom for the 69 of Dustin Shepard to get maybe a little bit of air to the nose of that machine. As Cole Day is making the outside lane work, Josiah Millen giving him a good push down the backstretch into turn 3. And now Millen and him separate just a little bit, and actually Millen's leaving a lot of ground, about 2-car lengths, 2.5 car lengths back from the 37 to the number 40 of Millen. At the line, though, it will be still the same song and dance for your top 3 positions. Bergner, Shepard, and Taylor across the line. Now Cole Day going to take the 3rd spot here. Can he hang on and continue to climb through the ranks here? Josiah Millen losing a little bit of ground. Hunter Reynolds gets back around him, so it'll put Reynolds into the 5th spot. Millen back to 6th as they work side by side here. Now here comes Day for the 2nd spot. As he side drafts down on the 69. The 69 of Shepard gets a little bit sideways off the corner. Shepard all over, look at him as he gets a huge push from the 01 of Taylor. Now here comes Day all by himself, side by side with your leader of Jeff Bergner down into turn number 3. 6th time we come through turn number 3, and now there is a battle for the lead. The part-time driver out of Indiana, well, going to school in Indiana at least, it is Cole Day in the 37. He loses ground, though, coming through turn 4. He will fall back to the 2nd spot. Bergner will still hang on to the lead here on lap number 6. Lap 7 starts right now, and it's still Bergner out front. But look at that 37. He gets a really good run down into turn number 1. Can he suck down onto the side draft of those cars, though, to pull himself out of turn number 2 with a chance for the lead in turn number 3? Millen's still hanging back there ever since he went to the outside, though. It looks like he lost a little bit of ground, as Cole Day has a little bit of a blink issue. He is right now shown off track. We'll see if Cole Day in the 37 machine comes back, or if, well, he is actually gone. We do know there were some iRacing server issues going on today. We even experienced a little bit of it right before we came live, but I'm not seeing the 37 coming back. That could spell disaster for the 37 of Cole Day. But right now, Bergner now will lead once again. I am noticing a little bit farther back in the field here, running about the 20th position. 20th position, you see the 24 of Jeff Bogle with the orange-colored rims driving for the Deeper Darker Do team. And you see Jamie Leach with the neon yellow rims in the purple car for the Deeper Darker Do team. And then the 38 of Cody Levitt is also back here, and they have Michael Whitaker and Craig Schwartz. 5 drivers back here, about 3 seconds off the back of the pack, and they are playing a little bit of a strategy game, seeing how things really play out here in the first handful of laps of these races. As you can see, nobody can get away from each other, and right now it's still Bergner out front. I'm still noticing the number 40 of Millen. Remember, at one time, Millen had worked his way up with Cole Day on the outside, and he got to about the 3rd position. Now he has fallen back. He's right inside the top 10 right now, running in the 9th spot, right ahead of his Keystone Motorsports teammate of Donald Bennett. Bennett down to the inside, and then you got a whole bunch of red on the outside groove here. And that is being led by the 101 of Gainforth, and then it's Poston, and then it's McNeese, 3 drivers out of the NSRA stables, super speedway drivers. That's how they get their reputation here, and they are showing how they can draft with each other. 3-car tango to the outside, trying to catch up to the number 40 of Josiah Millen. Ira Kohlhaas, who started inside the top 5 here tonight, is already back to the 17th spot. He just can't seem to find his way down to the inside. Every time we take a peek back here to look at the 29 of Kohlhaas, he's still stuck to the outside, so Big Country's going big time backwards here tonight. By the time that all these drivers come by him, if Danny Valenzuela gets to him, who's just one car back, that'll put then Kohlhaas into the 19th position. Across the line to complete lap number 9, and it will still be Bergner out front. It looks like Millen has now found his way down to the inside lane. But with Millen finding himself down there, that's going to put that NSRA group to the outside. But Millen now shown in the 8th spot, as Gainforth is still trying to pull that outside 3 trio. Danny Valenzuela has now moved up the track just a little bit in the 19th spot. He is trying to push the 29 of Kohlhaas back up to that group of 3 that are working the outside line as they work down into turn number 3 here once again. It is still Bergner, Shepard, Taylor, Reynolds, and Rivera, your top 5. Those have not changed in some time. They have just been sitting there at those markers. So there's nothing really going on here. Let's take a quick moment and let's go on board with a couple of these drivers and see how the racing action is from inside the cars. And that's how the racing action is out there on track for a lot of these drivers as we zoom in once again on the 29 of Kohlhaas still running at the back of this pack. And that outside group there that was starting to work their way through the field, which was the NSRA group of David Gainforth, Todd Poston, and Lynn McNeese. Well, they have now fallen back to the back of this group. They're not able to work their way back up into the top 10 where they were. Now they're at the tail end of this group, and one of the drivers to the outside now that are trying to make it work. It looks like as Bergner slips up off that inside lane, will the 69 of Shepard take advantage? They are now side by side for your lead. Randy Johnson is up to the outside groove, though, in the Nickles Performance number 12. He is trying to get to the front here and lead a lap for his sponsor, who is the sponsor of tonight's race, Performance. It looks like possibly... Oh, Bergner's turned into the outside wall. I didn't see what happened there. But Jeff Bergner is spinning like a top on his lid as we'll have to take the replay back. Didn't quite catch it live. What happened at the front of the field here to tonight's leader of Jeff Bergner, qualified on the pole and led the most laps, happening out of turn number 4. Here we focus on the outside lane. Jeff Bergner. Well, that didn't really give us a good show. We'll have to back it up just a little bit farther possibly and see if we can get an over-the-top look here watching the outside lane. Oh, it looks like a little contact from the 12 of Johnson to the 14 of Reynolds, and then Jeff Bergner going to go around. The slightest of contact just caused that little bit of a bobble there between those drivers, as that puts us under our first yellow flag of tonight. I was looking at things, and I was just about to say we're sitting at possibly about halfway on this fuel run, as now it looks like, though, all these drivers will be coming down. Shepard going to lead Taylor, Reynolds, Rivera, and Johnson, your top 5 down pit road. So it looks like Cole Day is out of the event, and it looks like now Jeff Bergner will be out of this event as Darrell Clauter stays out. Try and lead a lap here in the early stages to get himself a bonus point for his team. Ooh, look at Josh Taylor coming in pretty aggressive, and he overshoots his pit stall with the 0-1. Cole Haas comes in. It will take a long time for a lot of these drivers to get their fuel service done here, possibly sitting at about halfway through a fuel run, probably looking at about 25 seconds per pit stop here tonight, as we did say Clauter is going to stay out. Who will be the first one down and away off pit road. It looking like 20-second stops. 30-second stops just about for a couple of them. Dustin Shepard going to leave the pit stop. And it'll be 28 seconds in his box for him. Then it's Josh Taylor right behind him with the 26.7-second stop. Patrick Smith gaining a ton of positions. He'll be up to the 4th position. Brandon Kozlinski going to come out there 5th. Hunter Reynolds is 6th. Orlando Rivera is 7th. Colton Farrow is 8th, Randy Johnson in 9th, Josiah Millen is 10th, and Matt Grobelny comes out in the 11th position. And I think, looking back through, I think Matt Grobelny may have got a little bit of a piece of that last incident, but I'm not seeing any damage on the car. It might have been a Ghost 4X, I think. I say I think, I'm not 100% sure what's going on inside the cars. So Darrell Clauter will now come down pit road in his 26 machine. I'm not showing he was scored as the leader just yet, and I don't think with Dustin Shepard coming to his outside that Clauter will get credited with a lap. Though as he does, he just beats the 69 of Dustin Shepard back to the line. So this is how they will all line up now. Everybody that we just said, bump them up one position, because Darrell Clauter going to come down pit road for tires and fuel for the driver of the 26. Well, it is the first yellow of the night here, and I do see out there in chat, Tim, we heard about your unfortunate mishap out there in California, smashing up the front end of the car, but good to see you out there in chat. Just to give you an update, Danny is beating you here tonight, Nicholas Bieber. Terrible to see both you drivers having to sit out here tonight, but Danny is sitting back there in the 16th position, so technically, Tim, I guess you could say you're probably still beating him. Well, let's just find out from the man himself. How about that? Let's talk to the driver of the 04 here of Danny Valenzuela. You got a copy. It's Muth up here in the booth. Well, here we're under this first yellow here of the night. Tell us about what's going on out there on track. How's the racing been?
It's been pretty tight. That outside line looked like they were trying to get things going, and every once in a while the inside would check up and they'd pick up a few spots, but once everything got rolling again, that inside line was definitely dominant. It's just going to be a matter of wait for somebody's tires to wear and hoping to get a nose in under them without causing an incident.
Well, it looks like you've been able to keep the 04 pretty clean, but I'm supposed to pass along the message that Timmy may not be here tonight, but he's still beating you out there on track.
He's probably got more points than me. It's not going to matter where I finish here tonight.
Well, you never know. You could still go up there and win one, but, you know, that's a slim chance.
That's a long shot on that one, that's for sure.
All right. Well, Danny, hey, get back down there and see if you can put the 04 up here in the front row.
All right, you have a good night.
So Danny going to restart back here in the 16th spot. as the lights on the iRacing pace car will go out. So we're going to go back green flag racing here on lap 20. Not quite to the halfway point. It'll be 37 to go when we take the green flag, and it's Shepard, it's Smith. Or Shepard, it's Taylor, then Smith, then Keselinski. Your top 4 drivers, Reynolds, Rivera, Farrow, Millen, Johnson, and Bennett will round out the top 10 here. 2 drivers off track, only one of them out of the race. It'll be the 37 of Cold Day. As Cole is still sitting here in chat, maybe we'll be able to get a word in with him a little bit later on. But right now, he is shown off track, 11 laps down. Jeff Berger is sitting in the pits. He's been there for the last 6 minutes trying to get repairs done to the 21 for the Midnight Runners. It's the new guys in the Midnight Runners here on the front row. Gonna go back racing here. Lap number 19 about to start. Green flag is in the air, and it looks like a really good start here for the driver of the 69 of Dustin Shepard. And it'll be Taylor getting another good start, too, along with him. There goes single file for the lead. Maybe a little bit of team strategy being played there. A couple guys working with each other here on this restart. 2 guys that got hung up side by side. It'll be the 79 of Smith, and then it'll be the number... Is that the number? I can't see it. Is that the 10? It is the 10 of Keselinski, but he is starting to fall backwards a little bit here. The outside lane not getting a good start on that restart. The inside there, Smith and Reynolds, Farrow. Looks like Johnson, Millen, and now Keselinski, who started towards the front here, is starting to fall back. He's almost outside the top 10 right now. He's running in the 9th spot. Orlando Rivera is going to look to the inside here on the 10 of Brandon and see if he can get himself around. Rivera takes the spot. Now it looks like the number 40 here of Millen is going to the inside of the number 12 of Randy Johnson. That'll be the battle for the 6th and 7th spot. Johnson had the spot. Millen wanted it as Johnson's going to go swing way high. Now here comes Grobelny. Are they going to make it 3 wide out of turn number 2? They will not. Grobelny not going to have the run just yet. That was front 2 cars, though, of Shepard and Taylor still leading the way here. Now Johnson's going to lose another spot. He'll be put into the 8th position as he's going to come down and try and side draft the 4 of Grobelny. Grobelny holds her down there. Johnson going to lose a little ground as he goes up the track just a little bit. Right across the line to complete lap number 20 here tonight. It will be Dustin Shepard leading his 6th lap of the evening. Everybody has single filed out. You got to go back to that 10th position. The battle between the number 10 of Brandon Keselinski as he's trying to defend and work his way back up through the field. That looks like that is Todd Poston to the outside of him. Lynn McNeese right behind him. Those NSRA drivers like to stick together in packs, just like the Deeper Darker Dude team, who's now led by Jamie Leach to the outside. It's Leach and then it's Pogo. That's going to be the 15th and 16th position on the timing and scoring. Looks like Cold Day is back out there. He has shown 25 laps down, but he is back out here as the leaders are working around him. Cold Day is going to need a lot of help here tonight to be able to come back from 13 laps down. Maybe he's going to be out here to play a little bit of a spoiler role at this point. Let's show you where your favorite drivers are on the left-hand side of the screen. Your top 20. Ira Koolhaas is your 20th position driver on track. Out front, it is still Shepard and Taylor with Smith, Reynolds, and Farrow. Remember, Farrow won week number 1 at Michigan. This track drives a lot like Michigan in size and just the way you got to race. There doesn't seem to be an outside lane that has worked in just yet here tonight, but it could be possible that it does come in. That's where Farrow made his bread and butter at Michigan. Everybody is single filed out front here. Then you got to go back there 3 wide with Jamie Leach, Jeff Pogo, and I think That is the 0-2 there of Craig Schwartz. They were 3 wide for a moment as Pogo was trying to get a little air to the nose of that car. Looks like Jason Dobbs is back here also in his Nickles Performance 985. So you have 2 packs formed up right now. You have 13 or 12 drivers in your front lead pack here, and everybody else back here behind them. As this backpack is side by side trying to run down your leaders. We have had reports where side-by-side racing is a little bit quicker than running single file with these cars. Haven't been able to see it work so far here tonight, but right now Hunter Reynolds is trying to get the inside here on the number 12 of Randy Johnson. Johnson saw the lap car to the outside, and he's going to go up there and see if he can try and take a little bit of that draft and work his way a couple positions closer to the front. Part-time driver, though, on that outside. That is Cole Day. Remember, he is 13 laps down, racing at the front of the field here, trying to get one of his laps back, possibly the hard way. Across the line, we will complete lap 24 here tonight. 31 more laps to go in this event here tonight, brought to us by Nickles Performance. Right now, that Nickles Performance motor underneath the 12 of Randy Johnson has pulled him to the 3rd position. He has a chance he could drop down in front of the 2 Midnight Runners drivers, separate Taylor and Smith. But right now, it looks like he's going to stay to the outside because here comes the 62 of Colton Farrow. Farrow is starting to come up the outside also. He saw Johnson go up there, and then he followed suit, went to the outside himself. Out of turn 4, they will come once again, 2 by 2 for your first 3 rows, but it will still be Dustin Shepard leading the way. Right now, Randy Johnson is shown in the 2nd spot, so that 37 of Day and him working together pretty good there on the outside, bringing Johnson to the front. Now it'll be Taylor as shown as your 2nd spot. Here comes Todd Poston. He is pulling the 84 of Lynn McNeese also on that outside groove. Taking it just a quick gander, it still looks like that 2nd pack is now led by Jason Dobbs, as I think somebody's blowing up. I think the 10 of Brandon Keselinski has blown up the 10 car. It looks like there's a bunch of smoke bellowing out of the rear end here of this 10 machine. That's going to spell an early exit to tonight's race here for the 10 of Keselinski. Across the line, though, his teammate Dustin Shepard still leading the way. It looks like Johnson elected to go down to the inside row, 3rd car to the inside, and then that leaves the 62 of Colton Farrow now out there following the 37 of Cole Day. But as we were talking about, Jason Dobbs back here leading that 2nd pack. Lost about a half second that lap as they were all kind of discombobulated after the car's motor expired in front of them. We're sitting at a 3-second gap deficit to your leader of Dustin Shepard out front, who he will come back across the line, and he will now lead his 13th lap. Now he ties Jeff Bergner in laps led here tonight. Jeff Bergner is now just disconnected from the server here, so now Bergner will be credited with a 25th place finish tonight. Dustin Shepard joining the Salt Flat IROC Series this year for the first time. As you see the R next to his name, he is a rookie, and in his first 2 races, he started 2nd to start last week at Gateway. He finished 4th after that last final restart shuffle. At Michigan, he started in the 8th position, fell 4 positions throughout the day, and ended up finishing in 12th. He does have 24 laps led, though, last week at Gateway, so he is about halfway to now surpassing his season total, as they're going to go 3 wide, as they're going to shuffle the 37 of Cole Day to the outside. Here comes Colton Farrow now, so to be 4 dancers to the outside, 1 to the way outside lane. Where will Cole Day slot himself back in? He'll find a home, running about 3rd on the outside lane. They'll split the duo of Todd Poston and Lynn McNeese. McNeese has a moment. He could go to the bottom groove right here if he wants, and he is going to take the opportunity. He will go down to the bottom there. So Lynn McNeese in the 84, the red machine, goes down to the bottom groove. Glad to leave Orlando Rivera, Cole Day, Todd Poston, and Colton Farrow now to the outside, trying to work their way to the front. This is the best we have seen the outside lane work yet here today, or already today, I should say. Still keeping an eye on that second pack back there, led by Dobbs and Kohlhaas. They are still sitting right at the 3-second marker. They haven't lost any ground in the last 3 laps. Cole Day, though, still trying to work that way outside lane. Now there's only 3 of them to the outside. Well, now you say that, and then Cole Day will drop back into line here. Cole Day may have still be having some sim rig issues as you see him kind of up and down the track a little bit, but he will find his home once again. And Shepard once again will lead now. That'll be lap 16 for Dustin Shepard out front here. Closing in on those green flag pit stops in just a couple laps, looking probably in the next 5 to 10 laps to see drivers coming down pit road. If they can stretch it 10 laps, they probably won't have to pit again here. 25 laps to go here from the Auto Club Speedway. The second pack has lost about 1/10 of a second last time by Dobbs, Kohlhaas, Schwartz, Valenzuela, Whitaker, Clauder, Leach, Pogo, Gainforth, Levitt, all back here in this second group. If we get to that green flag pit stop, it will be all about who can get on and off pit road cleanly. We've seen races here in the IROC Series won and lost with pit stops. We always look forward to seeing which one of these drivers are really willing to risk it coming down pit road. And these cars, they do get a little bit sideways under braking pressure. And now the battle is really on. It is heated up here. They will go side by side in turn number 1. It'll be the 62 of Farrow, still trying to pass the 69 of Shepard down to the inside. Out of turn 2, though, the inside lane going to get a really good run. Josh Taylor hasn't really been trying to push the envelope here as of late. He has just been following the 69 of Shepard. He hasn't tried to pull out a line, hasn't tried to go around him, but he does get him a little bit sideways there, and then you saw the flames out of the tailpipes there on the 01 of Taylor. He had to lift just a little bit as they went down into turn number 3. Colton Farrow right there, and Taylor really side drafting, leading on each other. But it will be Shepard once again at the line, leading the way. Farrow noses ahead just a little bit right there. Still hasn't led a lap. We've only had 3 leaders tonight here at Auto Club. It's been Darryl Clauder for 1 lap under a yellow. Jeff Bergner led the first 13 laps. And then Dustin Shepard has led 18 laps after that. They are still 3 wide here. Here comes Cole Day once again to the outside. Probably just not wanting to get off the gas. Matt Grobelny goes up to the outside groove here. Trying to bring the 4 car from the 12th position. As they're all spread out still at the front. Oh, a little bit of a bobble there by Farrow. Almost got down to the quarter panel of Josh Taylor, but he was able to keep it off him. At the line, now it will still be Shepard, though. That little bit of a bobble out of turn 4 really cost Colton Farrow by about a half a car length. Shepard going to beat him back to the line. Every time we come down into turn 1, though, Farrow pulls up even with the 69 of Shepard, but then Shepard really fires off the bottom about halfway through the corner. That inside groove just too dominant right now. It'll still be the 69 of Shepard, then it's Farrow, then it's Taylor, then it's Poston, then it's Johnson in the lap car of Day, then it's Rivera, McNeese, Smith, Reynolds, Grobelny, Millen, and Bennett here in your front draft. And I'm just taking a gander. We're probably looking like pit stops. Actually, they are happening right now. Here comes the 88 of Jamie Leach and the 24 of Jeff Pogo. Cody Levitt also down pit road. So 3 teammates, the Deeper Darker Dew team, going to pit here. 21 laps to go, and your 3 Deeper Darker Dew teammates all going to hit pit road here at the same time and try and put 4 tires and fuel on it and get back out there. So they were the first ones to hit pit road. Who will be the next set of drivers to come down? Farrah's still trying to pull that outside. He noses ahead by the time he gets to turn 3 here, but Poston not able to stay on the bumper of Farrah, so that allows that inside lane once again. Being able to kind of separate themselves. This time by nobody in your front pack going to come down. Anybody out of the second group? Nobody coming down out of the second group just yet. So your leader staying out that time at the line just by the slimmest of margins, actually. It's going to be Shepard once again at the line. Right now, still watching the timing and scoring. The Deeper Darker Dude team still down on pit road. They are now starting to leave pit road. Cody Levitt hits the end of pit road. Same with Jamie Leach and Jeff Pogo. They come out running pretty close to each other. We'll have to keep an eye on that. They right now are shown 1 lap down. They are the only 3 drivers 1 lap down. Will anybody come down with 20 to go out of your lead group here? Looks like a slew of them are coming down pit road, so pit lane becoming a little bit of a busy place for a lot of these guys. Shepard, Taylor, looks like Farrah, Rivera all coming down, and I think that is Patrick Smith also in that group for the Midnight Runners. They will take advantage here with 19 laps to go and come down. That will now turn the lead over to the 48 of Todd Poston. Macro Beltney now leading the outside charge of your lead lap drivers. So it's Poston, Grobelny, Johnson, McNeese, Reynolds, your top 5 drivers right now. So we have 14 drivers who have yet to make their final pit stop here of the night. And that man out of the NSRA stables is your leader as they work into turn 3 here once again. Cole Day drops down to that inside lane. Will he be coming down pit road? Looks like here comes the 48 of Todd Poston. He'll come down pit road. Going to bring a couple drivers. It looks like the 12 of Johnson, the 48 of McNeese, and then the 14 of Hunter Reynolds also comes down. That'll turn things over. Matt Grobelny now going to lead here. Now there's 3 of your leaders. 3 of the leaders in this front pack have yet to come down, and to be Grobelny, Millen, and Bennett. And then Dobbs is sitting about 3.5 seconds back, still pulling this second group. Which now this second group is only, looks like Dobbs, Valenzuela, Gainforth, Cole Haas, Schwartz, Clauder, and Whitaker. So 10 drivers yet to pit. Patrick Smith looks like he is your fastest driver down there on pit road. 4 tires and fuel for Patrick Smith. He comes out running in the 15th spot. He only spent 23.7 seconds down there on pit road. That is half the time that Josh Taylor spent down on pit road with 45 seconds. Here comes a slew of other drivers now. It looks like Macro Belney going to lead the charge with Millen and Bennett. Dobbs, Gainforth, Cole Haas. It looks like everybody else, the rest of the crew that have not pitted, they will all come down here and now take 4 tires and fuel. Lynn McNeese is pulling out of the pits. He will be shown as your leader, I believe. That's what I'm seeing here on the timing and scoring. 69 of Shepard. I think this may be an unscheduled pit stop for him as he's coming right out in front of McNeese. Something may have happened with Dustin Shepard. He has shown 1 lap down still. And McNeese should come out as your leader here, as actually Patrick Smith just worked his way around McNeese. So it'll be Smith, McNeese, then Poston. And they are all separated out there on track with only 17 laps to go. The timing and scoring still working its way through here. The green flag pit stops are really going to shake things up here at Auto Club for your Nickles Performance race tonight. We'll drop it down, but it will change like crazy because Patrick Smith is now the leader. Lynn McNeese is second. Todd Poston is third, and there is a big gap between McNeese to Poston. It is just about 3 seconds, a little under 3 seconds right now. And then it's another 2-second gap back till you find Randy Johnson. The only thing that Johnson has right now is he's got the 37 of Cole Day right there, so he has a drafting partner. He should be able to draft up to the number 48 of Poston. That's a 2-second deficit, but they should be able to chew into that pretty quickly. Then it'll be the number 2, the 02, sorry, of Craig Schwartz here, and he's got a busted up front end. We don't know where that came from, but he has a busted up front end on that 02 machine. And then you got a couple drivers all packed together here. It's the 08 of Rivera, the 62 of Farrow, Millen, then Grobelny, and Leach. That rounds out the top 10. And remember, Leach, Pogo, and Levitt were the first drivers down pit road. They come out running 10th, 11th, and the 13th position after everything starts to cycle its way through. So this is your leaders right here. As Shepard gets a huge push out of the 80 or from the 84 of McNeese, and it got him a little bit sideways. Patrick Smith, Dustin Shepard, two drivers that are used to driving around each other on really small short tracks. I say really small short tracks, like, well, a short track isn't small itself, but Patrick Smith and Shepard maybe working together here. Shepard maybe shown one lap down. As did something just happen to the 84 of McNeese? He's coming back down pit road. This is an unscheduled stop here for Lynn McNeese, but he's coming down in this 84 NSRA car. So he will give up the second spot as now he misses his pit stall. As it looks like left side tires for the 84 of McNeese going on the car. That's definitely an unscheduled stop, so it'll now shake things out even more. With 14 to go this time by at the line, it will be Smith, it will be Poston, and then it will be the Nickles performance driver of Randy Johnson. And remember, Johnson was 2 seconds behind Todd Poston when we talked about it just a little bit ago. That is now shrank. That is now only sitting at 1 second. So now if Randy Johnson continues getting that draft with Cole Day, he'll be able to catch the 48 of Poston. Then the question's going to be, once Johnson and Day catch Poston, will they stay single file and try and knock down that 3-second gap that they have to Patrick Smith? Nobody else is side by side right now except, well, I say that, but you've got to go all the way back here to this 8th position, and it is Mackerel Belney. And it is Jamie Leach side by side. You got the Deeper Darker Dew team to the outside. Then you got Dobbs down there, Taylor and Reynolds. A little 7-car group battling here just inside the top 10. 7th on back right now. Just taking a quick gander at what's the interval between Mackerel Belney and this group of cars, which is Millen, Farrow, and Rivera, sitting at about a little over a second and a half. And there you can see it on the screen, all those drivers, how far really they are back there. Then McNeese is back out on pit road. It looks like after possibly not getting any fuel, getting reports that he was out of fuel in the 84 machine. The McNeese was back down pit road, spent, it looks like 56 seconds down there to fill that car completely. As now Shepard is going to lead this little tandem here. Shepard going to get his lap back from Patrick Smith. So that'll put Shepard back onto the lead lap with Smith now trailing him. Now Poston is going to get passed up here possibly by the 37 of Cole Day and the number 12 of Randy Johnson. Remember though, Day is shown 13 laps down right now in the 23rd position. Still out here. He did pick up 2 positions by coming back out onto the racing surface. Picked up the position at the 21 of Jeff Bergner after Bergner wound up on his lid. And then he picked up going past Brandon Keselinski as Brandon motor had expired. This time by, your lead is now only down to a little over 2 seconds for Patrick Smith. As this group right here, this 3-car group of Poston and Johnson and Day have started to pull them in just a little bit. Josh Taylor still back here, buried after being in second all race long up until that green flag pit stop. Now finds himself back here running in the 11th position. Jamie Leach going to go around off the bumper of Jeff Pogo. That might put us under yellow here. The yellow flag is going to wave as Jamie Leach goes around off the front bumper of Jeff Pogo. And that'll put us under our second yellow here of the night. We'll have to throw it back here on this replay and see exactly what went wrong between Jeff Pogo and Jamie Leach. Let's go over top here. You can see just not squared to the bumper. Jeff Pogo turns Jamie Leach right down into Hunter Reynolds. Nowhere for Reynolds to go. We're backing up one more time here and bring it back to you live. Let's see. You're just looking at the 88 to the outside with the neon yellow rims. Jamie Leach, Jeff Pogo make a little contact, and around the 88 goes. I don't believe there's too much damage done to the 88 of Jamie Leach. If we can get our camera angle down there, it actually pretty much looks solid on the nose of the 88. I don't believe any real damage is going to come into a factor with that one. But now Patrick Smith is probably yelling But the yellow going to come out, so we're have a shootout here to finish this out. But the one person who is happy to see the yellow, that'll be the 69 of Dustin Shepard. He'll be able to stay on the loud pedal, go right around that iRacing pace car, and he will catch the tail end of the field here. But while we're working this yellow here at Auto Club, we will be right back here at your Turn 3 Racing Network to bring you the final laps here for your Nickles Performance race at Auto Club.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And welcome back, race fans, here to your Nickles Performance race here at the Auto Club Speedway. Working our second yellow here of the night. We're going to go back green flag racing with a little bit of a shake-up. Your leader of Patrick Smith came down pit road. And actually, he was the only one of your leaders to come down pit road. So everybody kind of faked him out there a little bit. So now it'll be Poston and Johnson to your front row. Then it'll be Rivera and Farrow. That's how they're going to line up here. To be 6 to go. It's going to be a shootout. Everybody's stacked up here. Once again, the iRacing pace car is down and off the racing surface. Todd Poston, it is in the rookie's hands here. 2 rookies on the front row to go with 6 laps to go. And now, here they come. Takes a long time for these cars to come back up through the gearbox. Only about 350 to possible 400 horsepower underneath these hoods here in the motors of these cars. As it looks like a pretty good start for everybody. The super speedway driver down on the bottom. And well, Randy Johnson trying to do it for his sponsor here at Auto Club, trying to bring the outside lane back to life. He's got Colton Farrow back there. What a season it has been so far for Colton Farrow. He's having one of the best seasons he has had. So far has 1 win, and then he finished in the 10th position last week from the Gateway Motorsports Park. Right now runs inside the top 5, having another good run. And then how about the man, unfortunately missing last week, but back this week as we're getting 5 laps to go, 5 fingers in the air this time. Mac Robelny, after missing a week, is back in action. Now he is trying to see if he can take one away here from the boys. At the line, the outside lane is going to charge. Well, I thought for a moment it was going to have the run close enough to, quick enough to pass Todd Poston at the line. Unfortunately, it wasn't. So Poston's going to lead the lap here as Johnson just goes door to door back down into turn number 1 with 5 laps to go here. And it is a battle. Everybody is within 1.5 seconds here of your leaders. It looks like Danny Valenzuela, who has a little bit of nose damage, is holding up the back group as they actually are going to go right around him. They're going to split him 3 wide. It looks like here comes Jamie Leach, Jeff Pogo back to it, pushing each other here. Get down into turn number 3. It's Poston and Johnson still side by side here. They're going to get 4 laps to go this time out of turn number 4. Can they come back around here and see the 4 lap to go marker? Poston still trying to lead. Right now, Poston has led 6 laps. Can he lead his 7th lap here at the line? It's going to be a close one. Give it to Todd Poston, driver of that 48. He will lead once again. So now it will be 4 laps to go here at Auto Club. What kind of race would it be? Post-race celebration, though, if Randy Johnson could bring the Nickles Performance Machine out there on the outside, the highlighter yellow crew. What kind of show would it be after the race? Would he burn the tires off, blow the motor, then kind of make Nickles Performance rebuild that motor themselves? Millen down there to the inside. Dobbs is going to give him the room. Millen hits the apron just a little bit, though. Dobbs, another one of those Nickles Performance drivers right now squeezed in between the Keystone Motorsports group. They are 3 wide towards the back of the field here, but we're going to stay right here. 3 laps to go for your leaders. Poston going to lead them back across the line here once again. Back towards the back here, it looks like it's Lynn McNeese and Danny Valenzuela, Cole Day, Dustin Shepard, Jamie Leach, Jeff Pogo. They are all back here. Patrick Smith also in this little bit of a group. They just can't seem to go anywhere. Valenzuela has a little bit of nose damage down on the bottom lane. But down the backstretch, they are going to go side by side. And Johnson has a really good run this time with the 62 of Farrow pushing on the back bumper of him. Down into 3, he has the nose ahead. This is the farthest up that we've seen the outside lane be able to go. By the time they get to turn 3, can they get the run out of turn 4, though? As you see, the 48 of Poston is going to nose back ahead here. He's got about a car length right now. Just the car length of him driving as Cole Day going to slide out of 4. Up the track he goes at the line. Give it to Todd Poston, I believe. Poston going to lead another one by the splitter. That time by at the flag stand, though. You saw popsicle sticks in the air. 2 more laps to go here. 4 miles of racing still left to decide this one out here. Can we come back to see the white flag right now? Poston and Johnson side by side. Johnson has the splitter ahead as they come out of turn number 2 down the backstretch. Right now, top 13 drivers within 1 second here of your leaders as they work into turn number 3. Still side by side. It looks like at the tail end of this little group, it looks like Whitaker and Levitt right now are trailing in the draft. See if they can make their way up through the field here. We're going to get 1 to go here tonight. Presented by Muth in the booth. And it is Poston And it is Johnson, 2 rookies trying to figure out who are going to win their first race here with the Salt Flat IROC Series. And down into turn number 1. Johnson noses ahead by the nose of that car. Can he come out of turn 2 with the lead? It would be the first time that Randy Johnson led here tonight, and it could be the most important lap here for him and the Nickles Performance team as they door bang down the backstretch. Poston getting into it with Johnson. Johnson going to come down and squeeze the 48. Rivera is laying the wood to the back bumper of the 48 as they come down into 3 for the final time. It'll be Poston to the inside. And then it's Johnson to the outside. Poston noses ahead here by about a half a car out of turn number 4. It looks like it is going to be the number 48 of Poston. Has a really good run. It will be the 48 of Todd Poston coming across the line. Number 1 contact behind everybody. Poston's going to spin across the line, and he will be your winner tonight. Calamity coming across the line here tonight as everybody, cars are everywhere. We will have to watch it back, but we can tell you your finishing order right here as Shepard goes for one heck of a wild ride. It will be, ladies and gentlemen, Todd Poston, Randy Johnson, Orlando Rivera, Josiah Millen, Matt Grobelny, Jason Dobbs, Hunter Reynolds, Donald Bennett, Josh Taylor, Darrell Clauter coming across the line. We're going to have to really throw it back here just a little bit and see what just had transpired out there on track. We'll give it to you right here. Show it as they come into turn number 4. This is them coming, into 3, coming out of turn number 4. When everything goes wrong, it looks like 2 drivers just kind of going for the same real estate. Let's watch as we see this finish coming across. Oh, it looks like Rivera comes up the track a little bit, gives a hip flex. And then around, I think everybody just about got involved in that one coming across the line. 69 of Shepard going for a little bit of a wild ride. But that's how they finish here tonight. Todd Poston is your winner here. Well, we're going to step away for your post-race show. We will be right back here with your post-race show presented tonight by Nickles Race Engines. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to your post-race show tonight here presented by Nickles Performance. What a race engine that Nickles Performance provided for Randy Johnson. He was able to get up to the outside groove there and hang with Todd Poston there. And that final restart, unfortunately, wasn't able to power by the driver out of the NSRA stables. And we have caught up with tonight's winner of Todd Poston. Todd, it's your first win here at the Salt Flat IROC Series. And, well, it's got to feel pretty good for yourself here at Auto Club.
Oh yeah, it feels great to finally get a win off of a super speedway also.
Well, it may not be a super speedway, but you kind of look at these cars and the way that this track kind of played out tonight, it kind of played into the favor of the NSRA group here. You guys were out there on the outside lane. You made it work for a little bit as you guys three-car tandemed, if you will. but at the end, you didn't have any teammates up front.
Yeah, that outside line was real tough. The way Randy stayed up there was pretty amazing. He had some good pushing going on behind him. Yeah, we lost Len. He actually got a speeding penalty coming out there, and he ended up having to come in and serve a 40-second penalty.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to lose your teammate, especially at the end of an event like this. But tell us about the racing out there. Everybody's so tight-knit picked.
Yeah, the racing was really good there. I know that we ended up having a strategy where we only took right sides on that last pit stop. It actually tightened the car up a little bit, and we were able to keep it on the bottom and drive out a little bit faster than it seemed that the outside line could.
Did coming into tonight here into Auto Club, did your team have that already planned out, or was that a fly-by-the-hip kind of strategy when you guys were coming down pit road?
That was a fly-by night after seeing how the tires were wearing after that first caution or that first green flag pit stop when they didn't wear very much. We figured it was worth the chance and see if we could tighten it down and keep it down at the bottom.
Well, it seemed to work out for you guys there with the NSRA stables because, well, this will park you into the record books as having your first win here tonight at Auto Club. As you said, it feels pretty good to get your win off the super speedway, and you know, it's got to feel good. You get to come talk to me, too.
Well, it's always a good day when I get to talk to you, Roger.
And there's one for Muth in the booth. Well, hey, Todd, congratulations on winning here tonight with the Salt Flat IROC Series for your first time. Is there anybody you got to give some shout-outs to that put this 48 together?
Yeah, I got to thank Len McNeese and Dave Gain for running with me. And then I really got to thank Rivera for pushing me there at the end. I don't think I would have been able to stay up there without him.
Well, there you heard it from the driver of the 48. He is your winner here tonight. As they came across the line all sorts of sideways and jumbled up. We've also caught up with your second place driver, and that is Randy Johnson, the UPS man out of New York. And Randy, it was sponsored tonight by Nickles Performance, and you being a Nickles Performance driver, it seemed like you gave that 12 car everything it had here at the end of this one.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I was trying to make Tony proud, put one of his cars in victory lane here. And yeah, it was a pretty good race. Unfortunate how it ended there. I was kind of hoping we weren't going to get all tangled up. But definitely got to give a shout out for Colton Farrell giving me a good push there those last 5 laps, holding me up next to Todd there for as long as I did. I didn't think I'd stay side by side.
Yeah, we saw this track tonight mainly be a dominant bottom-feeding track, but you were able to jump up there a couple times and work your way towards the front. It just never seemed like you could stay there. That yellow flag coming out here at the end of the race really helped you out. Was there a strategy or was there any talk of coming down pit road under that last yellow?
No, I was staying out all the way. I was kind of hoping it was going to go green. After those pit stops, we were kind of reeling in the leader who was drafting with a lap car because of a penalty, and then I was drafting with Cole Day, who was a lap down. We were making up time. I don't know if they took enough gas or not because one of them hit on that last caution there, but I had plenty. I think I was the first one to actually start fueling up on that green flag stop, and I was the last one to leave the pit road. So I think I was in the best shape fuel-wise.
So all good on fuel, and you guys, we were watching the timing and score, and you guys were definitely running down your lead too because you were a 3-car pack. They were Poston, Day, and yourself. But it didn't kind of work out like that. But those last couple laps, how were they out there on track? Everybody packed back up after being so separated for a while.
Oh, it's intense. Like, immediately heart rate goes up. You know, you're up on the wheel. Try not to make any mistakes because one little hiccup in the corner, if you're a little late, a little early, everyone's wide open. No one's lifting like they were early in the race, giving and taking. So, yeah, it's high intensity stress, but once it's all over, it's a great feeling, especially if you stayed up here.
Now, this is your second straight second-place finish. What's it going to take to park this 12-car in victory lane yet this year?
I don't know. You know, just a little more luck on my side. Well, you know, I can't really complain how this one turned out. You know, we were missing Buddy. He had prior engagements over in Orlando, so he couldn't be with me and Dobbs tonight. And me and Dobbs tried to get hooked up a little bit. We could never seem to find each other in the pack to help each other out. But I think one of these, if we go back to some of these shorter tracks or something, I feel like I have a better shot there than these big tracks.
Well, you're going to have a couple weeks off to think about that because this is the final Salt Flat race here in December. We have 2 weeks off before we head over to the Texas Motor Speedway. Have you ever been to the Texas Motor Speedway with these IROCs, and how confident do you feel heading into it?
I haven't been there yet with the IROCs. I've been with a bunch of the other series, but if it's anything like this, we're confident we're gonna bring a good car. And, I'm just thankful when we come back racing, it's going to be after this holiday season, because it's everything I can do to make these races on time this time of year.
Yeah, definitely a little bit hectic there working with the UPS guys. And, I'm still missing a package, Randy. It didn't come. If you could find that for me and send it down here, I'd appreciate it.
I got you, man. I've been holding it in my living room for a while for you.
Oh, thanks. I'm waiting. You could just hand deliver it now. But, hey, before we let you go, who do you got to thank for putting this Nickles Performance car back in second place here tonight?
Definitely Tony over at Nickles Performance. Not only just fronting this race, but this whole race team helping get us out here and fund us. Of course, Buddy, even though he couldn't be here with us, he was supporting us, sending us texts throughout the day, saying he was going to be watching us. And Dobbs, of course, and then I know I've heard you're a little under the weather, so I appreciate you still putting on a good broadcast. And the whole Turn 3 network, Bromley Design, any sponsors I missed.
Well, there you heard it from the man who finishes in the second position here tonight. One more interview before we head to the shed here, because like Randy said, I'm a little under the weather, but we're sticking it out here for you guys and all the race fans. We got also Orlando Rivera coming home in the third position. Orlando, it was a good race for you. It was clean up until the final about 50 yards of this race.
Yes, sir, Roger. It was clean until then. We had a great race, man. We had some great guys, racing here. It was a battle to the end.
Yeah, tell us about that battle out there on track. It seemed like everybody was a little more calmer this week out there on track, and it went single file there for a lot of laps.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I qualified here at sixth position or something like that. I'm not sure. I don't remember, but I try to keep it up to the end. Race with these guys and be there at the end.
Well, you were
right,
right there at the end of this one. What did you need, though, to possibly work your way around that 48 of Todd Poston and Randy Johnson and Colton Farrow teamed up on the outside there?
Well, these guys, they're good. They're great racers, and there was really no place to go because, they were right there with me. There wasn't a break, so I could try to pass them.
Yeah, so not a lot of room out there at Auto Club. It is a big track, but with a little more horsepower with these cars, you just weren't able to really make a good run for yourself here. But Orlando, before we kind of pack it in here for tonight, who do you got to thank for coming home here in the third position?
Well, I'd like to thank the sponsors here, Turn 3 Racing Network, Salt Flat Racing, putting up this, this league, and Danny, who is the owner, you, Roger, who broadcasts, do it great. Do a great broadcast. And my wife, who puts up with me. Well,
and there you heard it. That was the most important shout out there of the night. Everybody else maybe neglecting it a little bit, but Orlando, being a gentleman and a scholar that he is, he will thank his wife here tonight. And then he will be back definitely in the new year. The rest of the guys will have to see if they return after their wives hear what they had to say here tonight. But Orlando going to come back and finish P3 here tonight. It was a pretty clean race all in all for a lot of these drivers. And, well, Todd Poston gets his first win. Randy Johnson comes home second. Orlando Rivera comes home in the third spot. The rest of your timing and scoring scrolling across the top here. Find where your favorite driver finished out the night here from Auto Club. We do got to thank a couple of our sponsors here before we head to the I'm going to call it the Z Factory here tonight because I'm absolutely wore out after that one. But we got to thank Nickles Race Engines here tonight, sponsor from the Auto Club Speedway. You need a race engine built for any kind of your race car, even your street car. Look up Nickles Race Engines. Nickles Performance does one heck of a motor out there. I can tell you they had it tuned up tonight here for Randy Johnson. He just came up just a little bit short. The other Nickles Performance driver coming home in your sixth spot. We also got to thank, though, the Taylor Motorsports Group, along with Bromley Designs, your designer here for the Salt Flat IROC Series. to a T, always getting our lawns shaped and trimmed up just perfectly. And the Jordan Hen Race Team out of the Northeast Pennsylvania Modified Division. Got to thank all the sponsors here for the IROC series. But that's going to do it here from the Turn 3 Racing Network. We will catch you in January in the new year from the Texas Motor Speedway.